Hi guys, welcome to our channel, Would You Believe? My name's Stephanie.
My name is Leon.
In this video we're going to show you how to make these beautiful handcrafted alphabet epoxy letters.
And we're also going to tell you the 5 biggest mistakes that people make when using epoxy resin.
Let's get started. So, if you want to do this yourself, this is what you're going to need. Epoxy resin, we're using craft resin.
Mixing tubs.
Mixing sticks.
Colour pigments. We're using Milton Crafts mica powders and Decorum epoxy resin pigment, liquid pigments.
Smaller cups to separate all the colours.
The alphabet mould.
Mould release spray.
Craft mat.
Various beads and flowers and little crafty things to put inside.
And last but not least, you need personal protective equipment, okay? So that's gloves and a mask. The biggest mistake that most beginners make when using epoxy resin is they don't wear the protective equipment, okay? You need to make sure that your mask is certified to work with resin, and you need, what are they called, these gloves? Nitrile gloves?
Yeah.
So that they don't react with the epoxy resin. So you need to make sure that you get a suitable mask and some nitrile gloves.
We also have another silicone mould. We're not quite sure what we're going to do with this yet. Make sure you watch till the end of the video to see what we put inside. Before we begin, we're just going to quickly nip outside, spray our mould with the silicone release spray.
Okay, now we're all set up. The first thing that we need to do is to put on our protective equipment. Okay, now we're all set with all our protective equipment on. We're ready to go. Now the first thing that we need to do is to mix the epoxy. So this epoxy is a 1:1 mix ratio. So that's 50% resin and 50% hardener, okay? So I'm gonna get that mixed up for you now. You need to make sure that your epoxy is fully mixed. That is another mistake that beginners tend to make, is they don't fully mix their epoxy and it doesn't cure properly. So make sure your epoxy is fully mixed. Spend a good few minutes mixing that thoroughly. Make sure you pay attention to the sides of the container and the bottom, and make sure you get all the bits from the side and on the bottom thoroughly mixed.
I don't know what that would be. Okay.
Go in there.
You know, careful, please. getting on?
Made a smarty one.
Oh wow, that's cool because it's full right at the top.
I know, I thought that. I thought,
Smarty, yeah.
well, we just have a few in.
Yeah.
I'm going to do clear epoxy.
Wow.
I know.
How did you get purple? Did you?
Well, I already used what I had left so it didn't get wasted and just put more purple powder in it.
That looks sick.
So it didn't get wasted, I put purple powder in it as well to make it stronger.
Yeah. You clean the table, you don't know it clean epoxy, no one knows how to clean epoxy. Mistake number 3, don't spill your epoxy. Never spill your epoxy. Wow, that looks like mess in a cup. What are them? Yellow balls.
I thought they were still going to be smaller, but they've expanded in the epoxy. They were smaller.
Mistake number 4. Always check, do a small test to make sure that the materials that you're working with are suitable for working with epoxy.
Because now they've expanded.
Because now, let's get a look at this. They've expanded over the edge, but it might look cool. We don't know. At the moment, we're just experimenting, so
We're going to keep it.
we're going to keep it. We've got no choice, but we're going to keep it.
Lucas would probably like this. He likes me.
The reason we said
we're going to give you the 5 most mistakes that people make, because we knew that we was going to make some ourselves, and we wanted to show you what not to do. No, we're experimenting, and so far we're really happy with what we've got. We can't wait to see what they look like at the end of this video.
They look really cool so far.
Yeah, they look really cool. Yeah. Okay, we'll give you one last look before we send them away to be set. Now, I'm really happy with how these have come so far, but let's wait and see till the morning to see how they actually look when they're fully set. Make sure there's no problems.
So, just start with a layer of
whatever you want to do.
When I was a little girl, I believed in fairy tales. I wished my toys would come to life and that my stories could be real. Then through all the noise and confusion, I believed it was all an illusion. The world had faded black and white, nothing seemed to be right. But now I know that how it goes is that my dreams never die. As long as I keep the magic inside me alive. Do you believe in believe in magic.
It's now the day after, all the letters are set. Are you ready to see what they look like? Because I can't wait. Before we show you the rest, we'd just like to say thank you for watching the video this far. We'd really appreciate it if you subscribe, we're a new channel. Also, we'd love to hear what your favourite one is, so comment below. Remember the last thing we did was all the epoxy. This is quite cool.
I think that is cool.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!